Welcome to episode 31 of the Bazooka Kickboxing series, part 3 of the low kick system. Hope you guys enjoyed the first 2 parts of the series because today is going to be about partner drilling. So in order to have good partner drilling, it's important to make sure your low kick technique and the different strategies of setting up the low kick has been learned. So welcome to part 3 of the series. And the low kick is going to be about finding the leg off of your partner's step. And this is going to be the main purpose of this drilling. So for start now, I'm going to explain without shin guards, and then Aviel and I are going to put on shin guards so we can do more proper drilling to show you. So the first part of the low kick I'm going to talk about is that draw attack. We did that on pads, but we're going to do it now with our partner. So what we're looking for when landing the low kick is I want to time my partner's step. When your partner steps, they can't block. So if they're stepping forward to you, boom, that's my timing of my low kick. Now, if they're waiting and I throw, it's easy now for Aviel to block because he's on his back position. He can block. So what I want him to do is I want him to step forward. Now I have a free low kick. So the low kick key is the timing, not necessarily how you hit it. Yes, the technique's important, but in order to land a good low kick, you need good timing. So let's get the first basis of this, and it's going to be the timing step. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up, create step, and hit my leg. So that's called a draw step low kick. The second one I'm going to discuss is going to be more of a exit style low kick, where if I close distance and Aviel backs up, that's the timing of my kick. So I have an enter low kick and I have exit low kicks, both being timed when my opponent can't block. And the third one I'm going to show you is going to be in the ring, and it's going to be using ring control as a way to land the low kick. So those are the 3 parts of today's session. Before we get into the 3 parts of the timing and the drilling of the low kick, it's important to warm up the low kick. So Aviel and I are just going to go back and forth, just working on taking the leg back and forth. Sometimes I might block, sometimes I'm just going to land. So my opponent has to, or my partner needs to adjust between blocking and taking the kicks. And if you remember from the other videos, I can change up my steps. I have my center line step. I can step out to my right, or I could finish. And remember, I'm changing the angle of where I'm on my shin. I might hit my instep, mid shin, and then I have a nice deep shin, nice high shin on the top of the leg. And remember, not only am I changing where I land on my shin, I'm changing the angle of my kick as well as where I land on the leg. So you can see so many different variations that we're just working on different ones. After we got some legs, we're gonna mix up just one lead hand, low kick, whether it's a hook or a jab. Okay, now we're going to mix up any punch to kick combination. Last one, low kick, punch, low kick. And time. Okay, now that we're warmed up with our low kick, we're going to start the first of the 3 different parts of our partner drilling. And this is using the enter. So we're using my partner's or opponent's step, or we're using their punch, because when someone punches, they need to step. So timing number 1, attack the step. So in order to do that, I'm going to use my draw attack. So I'm going to back up and force Aviel to step towards me. And as soon as he steps, that's the timing of my kick. Now that step can come from getting closer to me, or that step can come with a jab. So if Aviel jabs, boom, I take the leg. Boom, taking the leg. So I'm timing the step. is the key. So just the first drill number one person is gonna jab, the other person is just gonna take the leg. And I'm gonna vary all my different low kicks. So if he jabs, I wanna look at this as a fight. So when he jabs in the beginning of a fight, the last thing I wanna do is commit hard to a hard low kick. I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know how hard his jabs are. I need to respect his power. So I'm gonna use more of that setup low kick I talked in the beginning. Once I find the leg and I find the timing of my low kick, that's when I'm gonna just attack with my higher shin, start changing angles. So you're gonna see through this little 30-second drill how I change my low kicks as my timing improves throughout the round. Okay, now to end this drill, it's very simple. I want you to look at 3 different times you could attack the leg. And we're gonna use the jab as an example. So the jab comes. As he throws a jab, you can see there's a slight delay from when the step comes to when the punch happens. Do it again, boom, and the punch. So I'm gonna attack the leg before the punch even comes out, boom. I'm timing, I'm using my speed to shut down his jab before it even comes. Timing 1. So he goes, boom, I'm stopping before the jab comes. Timing 2 is as the punch comes out, that's when I'm timing my hand position. Now, just a little key, we're gonna get into this more as the series progresses, but I need you to see, you're gonna parry off the jab, or you can use your shield and keep your hand tight. But ultimately, I need to watch out for this hand, so I could either move my head, get off center line, or step out. Or what I like to do, one of my favorites, is I like to block with my shield and my wedge block in order to stop the punch and land. So timing 2 as it comes out. Okay? Timing 3 is going to be after. So I'm gonna back up, I'm gonna create space so the jab misses me, and now I have time. So jab, boom, I'm out. Now I have my time. That's after. So before, boom, during, after. 3 different ways to attack the enter. So now you're gonna repeat the drill, but this time, change up the different times and the way you hit the leg, before, during, and after. Now that you perfected the enter, what happens now, you want to be able to capitalize and use your low kick on the exit. So what's going to happen now, there's 3 ways I can get my opponent to move back, or I'm going to move back to create space. The first one is I crash distance. If this is the space my partner and I are used to, if I step in, some people might stay there, which is a lot of good pressure fighters might stand their ground and not to move. But most people are gonna back up and exit. As they go to exit, boom, I take the leg as they exit. So that's an exit low kick. So really, I can mix it too. So Abiel steps in, boom, I enter him on the exit, I move, I just hit him on the exit. So enter versus exit. That's the easiest way to see what I mean by enter and exit low kicks. So that's 1. I crash distance and he goes back, I hit the exit. The second way I can do it, and I just talked about those fighters who don't like to move back. So say I step in and Abiel doesn't move back. I'm gonna use something called a shield bump, or I can push off. So you see a lot of Thai fighters use their hands, push off, and attack. So they'll use their hand position to pin their hands, create space, and attack. One of my favorite ways I call the shield bump. So if I move in and he's not here, I'm gonna keep my hand position tight, I'm gonna push him off with my shield, and attack with my low kick. Still creating space, still creating an exit for me to land my low kick. Instead of him exiting on his own will, I'm forcing him to exit. And if you see his foot position, as soon as I push him back, okay, he's reacting to it because he knows the drill. But mostly, people are just gonna end up falling back with their foot position, and it's gonna land that low kick very easily. So that's a free low kick. The other way I can create this is exiting myself. So if he's stronger than me and he's bigger than me and I crash distance and he doesn't want to move and I'm trying to push him and he won't go, I'm going to create an exit. So I'm going to pull my lead foot back. It's almost like a switch kick. It's like a half kick, a moon. I switch and I exit. So if I'm in close and then Abiel goes to power punch, boom, I can create my exit now, and now I have an exit low kick. So I'm creating the space rather than he is. So 10-second recap. I can hit him on the enter. Okay? I can hit him on the exit. If he doesn't move, I have shield bumps. If he doesn't move, I could exit. Sometimes he might move. I hit my exit. So those are the different ways you're gonna attack on enter and exit. Now you're gonna do the same drill that you did before, adding the enter and the exit. I'm gonna just drill for about 30 seconds to show you how I attack him on an enter and how I attack on an exit. Jabs. So part 3 of the low kick now is going to be using the rings, the ropes and the ring to control your opponent into your low kick. And this is part of the bigger system that I use for my ring control and pressure fighting. So I'm going to force my opponent to move. And as soon as they move, they're going to be punished. So say I'm in the corner here now and I have this side shut off. If I stand in the middle, my partner can move to my left and my partner can move to my right. He can exit both ways. So what I'm going to do for this drill is I'm going to shut down my left side, which now leaves my partner or my opponent with one door to exit out of. Now, if he's going to stand there, I'm just going to touch straight punches. I can stay active and I'm going to wait. I'm going to use a lot of left hooks because I want to force my opponent to step this way. And guess what's coming as soon as my partner steps? As soon as he steps out, I'm timing that leg. I'm punishing him for exiting. So if he stands here, he's going to eat punches. If he steps out, bang, I take the low kick and it's a free low kick. Some common mistakes when working on partner drilling for the low kick. The first one is going to be not changing up the style of low kick. And the biggest problem is always throwing the low kick the same way. You need to change where you land on your shin. You need to change the angle of the kick and change the timing, which is very important. The second thing is when you drill with your partner, don't go so hard at first. Work with your partner. After 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes of drilling, your leg can get really sore. Even if they're light, the accumulation of the low kick can hurt your partner's leg. But it's also a positive thing because it helps toughen your legs. And all of these drills help you in your fight to develop that strongness, that kung, that type of armor you need to be able to fight in high-level kickboxing. So keep hitting each other's legs slowly. Don't over-damage each other's legs. The third thing is not changing the timing enough. And that's going to, if you always attack on the enter, your partner gets used to it. They might be ready to land a nice straight right because a good timing counter off of my low kick is someone throwing their straight right. So if they know the timing, it's easier for them to counter off that and to shut your low kick down. So build in the enter, exits, before, during, after, constantly change it up. there you have it, episode 31 of the Bazooka Kickboxing series, and that concludes the 3-part low kick system. I'm going to revisit the low kick as the series goes down because it's a big part of Bazooka Kickboxing style and the foundation. I'm going to hit on more about using ring control and low kicks as we get to that point in the academy. But right now, use this low kick, use the timing, and use all these little tricks, especially when you're at a point when you're fighting with no shin guards. Those subtle changes of where you land your shin, the angles, the timing, all play a big difference. So keep changing it up, keep learning. And again, if you guys are really enjoying this series, let's get these likes up, let's get the subscribers up. Keep asking questions in the comments section. You can support the series by going bazookasquad.com to purchase some of the gear and the shirt that you see in the videos. And like all the other times, make sure you support DB Vault as they're the guys behind the videos making this series possible. We'll see you next episode.